All right. Who wants to go start with the Mangla Charan? Go ahead, Adhav.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gaganyana Shalakaya Chakshu Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Chaitanya Mahobhistam Sabitam Yena Bhutale Swayamupa Kadamayam Yadatisha Patantikam.
Thank you, Vita. Shlok, do you want to say the next one? Vandeyam? Shlok? Okay, he's muted. Ishan, you want to go next? Ishan?
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Kamala Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Raghunar Raghunathamitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Vishakam Vitamstra.
Ayati?
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Paramami Hari Priya.
Thank you, Vita. Shlok, you want to do this? Vansha Kalpatrubhyascha?
Okay, Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha cha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashchitra Deshatari.
Thank you, Shlok. Sahas, you want to go ahead? The last one?
Sure. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare.
Thank you, Sahas. I think Mehak is joining. Adhav, is Shriya Mahima joining?
Shriya is joining. I'm not sure about Mahima.
Okay. Okay. Mehak, do you want to say the Hare Krishna Mahamantra?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you. Mehak, wishing you a very happy Krishna conscious birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, so today, the last time what did we do was we had a debate, right? And we said we are going to discuss that in detail. So who are we? Right? So we were discussing who are we? Shlok did so wonderfully well. Sahas did wonderfully. Everybody did so wonderfully well. And Shlok was kept on saying we are the body. So let's find out who are we today, right? So what is birth? Where do we come from? Right? Where do we come from? Right? We see people pass away. What is death? Where do we go from here, right? What happens when after death? Is there a life after death? Or it's a fact or fiction? Right? People say, right, that we can go to Golok Vrindavan, or we can take another human birth or be an animal. Is it fact or fiction? What is going on here? We will see in this class, right? And the bigger question is, who are you? Right? Ishan, who are you?
The soul.
Okay. And what's the nature of the soul? Can somebody tell me what is the nature of the soul? Okay, somebody besides Ishan? So Ishan, your soul is the same as Shlok's soul, is the same as Mehek's soul, is the same as Ayati's soul? Adam, you said no? Is it the same soul?
No,
No. Why no? How do you say it's not no? Can you tell me one reasoning? Okay, Ishan, do you have any reason? Okay, it will be very nice if I can see people's faces so I can understand who is ready to answer. Okay,
My
go ahead,
reason-
Ayati. Yeah, go ahead, Ishan. And then
My
Ayati.
reason is that like all of us have like different relationships with Krishna.
Okay, very nice. Ayati.
wait, what was the question again?
Question is your soul the same as Ishan's soul, is the same as Shlok's soul or Mehek's soul?
No.
No, why?
It's because like if all of our souls were the same, then we'd be in one body. But we're different bodies, so we have to have different souls. You know?
That's a-
Yeah, I'm not. I'm trying to really. I don't really know.
Okay, we will see. Okay. And we are different souls because we have different tastes. So Ayati might like dancing, Ayati might like cooking for Krishna, Ishan likes playing video games and sports. Everybody has different taste. So if everybody is the same, then they should have the same taste, same feelings, same reactions. Yes? Soul means consciousness, the same consciousness. Oh, if say Adav can get hit, say somebody hits him and Adav is very strong, it doesn't cry, then Ishan should have the same reaction. Would they have the same reaction? No. Right? Everybody has different reactions. So this is the Dr. Harvey Monson, and he is a professor of anatomy in the Illinois College of Medicine. He says human body mostly contains 70 to 80% of water. Other contents are calcium is 5 pounds, phosphate is 1.5 pounds, potassium 9 ounces, sulfur, sodium, magnesium, iron, and all this stuff is there, right? So who did we lose? I think we lost. Iron, copper, iodine, 1 ounces. So our body is made up of all this. And what is the total cost of all that? What's the total cost of all these materials? It's $3. Do you think you are worth $3, Ishan? If I were to sell you, will I get only $3? I shouldn't be selling anybody, but why? Then the body is just $3. Yes, Sahas. You want to say something, Sahas?
No. Can you repeat your question again?
My question was, is if we were the body, it was a rhetoric question. It's not a question. It's like we saw that the body contains water and calcium and phosphate and potassium, sulfur, sodium, magnesium, iron, copper, iodine. This is the contents. If we try to find out what is the dollar amount of those contents, the body, it's just $3. So, I can go and pay $3 and get a new person because we are the body? No. If I'm trying to, if say somebody has a new baby and they want to sell it, will they give it for $3 because that's what the body is worth? No. You shouldn't be selling anybody, but that's what the price of the body is. So what are we? We are something inside the body which is much more precious. There's no dollar amount associated with it. It is the consciousness. It's that ability that we can do a lot of things. Okay, can you guess the emotion? Can somebody guess the emotion? Yes, Ada, what's that?
Happy.
Happy. Okay, who will guess this emotion? Shlok, what is that emotion?
Mad, angry.
It is frustrated. Okay, I'm mad, angry, it's frustrated.
Like he's like angry at like someone, and he's like so frustrated what they did. That's what I
Yes.
meant.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see somebody else. Mahak, what do you think what this person is?
Like surprised.
Yes, he's shocked or surprised, right? Okay. Ayati, what do you think this emotion is?
Happiness.
It is affection, love, right? The father loves the baby,
Oh, okay.
right? So we really think we are just a simple bag of chemicals? Like we said, the body is made of water and all the chemicals, but water and chemicals don't have these emotions. Can water and chemicals create these emotions of happy, sad, frustrated, angry? Can they create these? We can put a baby in a laboratory and find out if the baby can make these, like just a body can make these emotions. Can it? No, just not the body. There's something inside which is feeling. And that is what my question was. Is Ishan's soul as the same as Adam's soul? No, right? Everybody is having a different relationship with Krishna. Everybody is unique. They have a service to do for Krishna. And why are we talking about the soul? So that we understand we are the soul, and the soul's nature is three things. Sat, Chidananda. Who can tell me what does Sat mean? What does Sat mean? Who can tell me what does Sat mean? Sahas, do you know what does Sat mean?
No.
Okay. Sat means eternal, right? Sat, the souls are eternal. Is body eternal? Is body eternal?
No.
No.
No, right? And the other nature of the soul is it is chit, full of knowledge. But Shlok might say, I don't know everything. I don't know 10th grade math, 12th grade math. So why don't we know all this if our soul is very knowledgeable? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me why? Yes, Ayati is the avatar. Can somebody tell me why do we think we are not knowledgeable here in the material world? Because we are covered in the soul in its pure condition is knowledgeable that we are part and parcel of Krishna and we have a relationship with Krishna. It knows everything. It knows all the shastras and everything. It knows that. But because we are covered with the mode of material nature, mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, we don't remember. And then the other one is Ananda. It is always in bliss. It is always happy. But are we always happy? No. Why are we not happy? Because we are covered, the soul is covered here in the material world. When we really are, we are so much in love with Krishna, we will be Satchidanand. We will be really happy. So we said, we discussed that the soul is not a body. It's not just a bag of chemicals, because bag of chemicals, can they make you happy? The chemicals can make, can make expressions, can make faces, can show emotions. No. Soul means consciousness. It knows what's happening. If it's not true, if we are not body, then what is our identity? We are not the temporary body, right? So Shlok was a baby, say, probably 6-7 years ago, right? He's 8. And now his body is grown up. Like he is given that body, his body is always changing. It's temporary. It's always changing. It's not the same. But the soul remains constant. It's the eternal soul, right? So this can be explained within the pencil example, right? A pencil, right? Who likes fancy pencils? Who likes fancy pencils? Okay, I don't see anybody's faces, so it's very hard to say. Who likes fancy pencils? Mehak, you like fancy pencils? Shreya, you like fancy pencils?
Wait,
So,
what do you mean by fancy pencils?
Fancy meaning it's very colorful. It's nice looking. It's not just a plain.
Oh,
Do you like that?
yeah.
Yeah, Mehak also likes it, right? So, but what is Ayati, you have a question?
I was raising my hand
Okay.
that I like fancy pencils.
Okay, but what is the use of the pencil? Even if it is so very beautiful, what is making the pencil useful? What is making the pencil useful?
By writing with it?
Ayati, what did you say?
By writing with it?
Yes. So something is inside the pencil, right? What is inside the pencil?
Lead.
Lead. The lead is making the pencil useful, right? So it is within the pencil which is making it, right? Everything else, the fanciness is just the covering the body, right? Our body is just like, we have a fancy body or fancy clothes, but what is making it useful is the soul inside, right? Adav, you'd want to write with fancy pencil, right? Fancy, like very colorful, bright pencil. But what is inside the pencil is what is making it useful. Can you write without the lead in it? Can you just do anything with the pencil? No.
I mean, you can make imprints in paper, but it's not going to show anything except creases and stuff.
Yeah, it's not going to show anything. Yes, exactly. It's not going to be right. It's how sharp, what are the qualities of the pencil? Is it smooth? How is it writing? Some pencils, the lead breaks easily, right? That the pencil is compared here to the soul, right? Soul has different qualities. And when you really want it smooth and nice, you have to use a sharpener, right? You have to use a sharpener. So soul also, if we really want the soul to come out from this contamination, we have to chant, we have to hear Krishna Katha, we have to be in association of devotees. Then our soul will start showing its real qualities. Right? And the mistakes can be erased with an eraser, yes? Yes? Similarly, our soul gets a chance. But we should not keep making mistakes. And when we make too many mistakes and you have to keep doing too many prayashchit, meaning you have to keep doing so much of repentance. Yes, Ayati, you have a question?
What if the eraser runs out? Then you can't erase anything.
Yeah, what if the eraser runs out? Yes.
Then you're going to have to use somebody else's erasers in school.
Yeah, that's where devotee comes in and helps you out and shows you the way. Right?
So
all
using
this,
their eraser. Wow.
right? And can anybody write with a pencil? Like say, like Danvi, who is like 1 year old, can she write with a pencil? No.
Yeah.
But she will write gibberish.
Yeah, she'll doodle and stuff, but she's still
Yeah.
writing something with pencil.
But for it to make sense, it has to be in the hands of an expert. Yes?
But she's
So-
still writing.
Yeah, but is it making any sense?
I mean, no one can understand it but her.
Yeah, but if is it useful? No. Is it useful for others? No.
For her,
Similarly,
it is maybe.
yeah, similarly, we all have souls, but are we the experts on how to utilize our souls in the service of Krishna? Otherwise, we are just like that 1-year-old who is just writing gibberish. Oh, it's useful for me. I'm just spending my time watching and playing video games, and I'm doing Pokemon, or I'm doing this and that, but I have no taste for chanting. I don't like chanting. I don't like kirtan. I don't like doing this. Then we are not experts. If Krishna has given us a soul, if Krishna, like we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are eternal, then we should know that we have to utilize this body and our soul in the most appropriate manner, right? Just like when you use a pencil, you might draw nice paintings of Radha Krishna. You might write something nice about Radha Krishna. So now we have given this soul, we should engage ourselves in loving service to the devotees, to our parents, to chant, to do kirtan and all these things. Right? So if it is in the hands of an expert, they can draw a beautiful painting. It's like this. There is an old woman who got a parrot, right? She bought a parrot, a beautiful parrot, and then she also got a golden cage for it. You know what a cage is, right? This cage. So because it was golden, she was always making it nice and clean and washing it and everything. But the parrot was like, I'm hungry. And she was not paying attention to the parrot.
But there
Who is
was
more
no
important?
reason
Who is
getting
more
a
important,
cage.
parrot or the cage?
The parrot. What's the reason of getting a cage if the parrot isn't even alive?
Exactly. It's the same thing. Oh, I want to dress up nicely. I want to look the best. I want to have so much nice hair and nice clothes and perfume and this and that. That's exactly, we are just washing and taking care of the cage, but the parrot is inside, the soul is inside. What are we doing for it? We're feeding food to the body all the time, like every day. We are drinking nice thing, eating ice cream and this and that. That is all body. But what are we doing for the soul? What is food for the soul? Are we feeding it, or are we like the hungry parrot? What is food for the soul? Can somebody tell me? Yes, Ayati.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Loving relationship with Krishna, meaning your devotee association, bhajan, kirtan, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, all this devotional service, that's the food for the soul. That's where it gets happy and satisfied.
Uncle,
Right?
can you do one
Ye-
thing for me? Can you tell
Yes.
that lady to pay attention to her bird instead of the cage? Get something else that's golden.
So
I feel
it's-
very bad for that parrot.
So we should feel bad for ourselves too if we're not feeding our inside soul. I can tell that old woman, but we should tell ourselves. Yes? Should we? We have to start feeding our soul or
Please
no?
tell her.
Okay, definitely I will tell her. Now, I am telling you to feed your soul. Do you guys chant regularly? Yes? Yes. So that is food for the soul. Now, coming to that, Sahas gave so many points the last time, right? How do we know that the soul does exist or not? Right? Shlok was there and said, oh, I don't like, if there's a pain, I feel the pain if I'm hurt. That's the body, not the soul. And we just proved, right, with the chemicals, because the body is made of chemicals, the chemicals cannot feel anything. And so common sense, first point is common sense. When somebody dies, what do we say? He passed away. What passed away? The body is still there. What passed away? Can somebody tell me what passed away? We say, no, he passed away. What does that mean?
The soul
The body
passed
still-
away?
Yes, the soul passed away. Right? The soul left the body. He left the body. What does that mean? The body is still there. The soul left the body, right? That's common sense. Then we have to introspect. Right? So we have to introspect, right? Like if we introspect and see, when we sleep, sometimes we wake up and we say, oh, I had a good night's sleep, or I had a bad night's sleep. But your whole body was sleeping. So who was that who was up and who was able to tell you that you had a good night's sleep or you had a bad night's sleep? Who was up? Your hands and legs and mind and brain, everything was sleeping. So who was it? Who knows what kind of sleep you had? Ishan, who knows that?
The soul.
So, yes. The cause and the effect. Can the car move on its own? Right. Today's days, probably yes.
It needs a
They have the
controller.
driverless cars, but that still has some program built in it. So there's somebody moving the car, right? Same way, somebody moving the body. Who is that? The soul. And the body cannot move on its own. The dead bodies don't move on its own. Right? It's the driver. The soul is compared to the driver. And I told you about the near-death experience. Remember that story I told you?
No, what story?
There's so many examples of near-death experiences. People are about to die. Like I was telling you the example where a person was in the operation theater and his heart stopped, and they saw a flat line. The doctor saw a flat line, and the doctor said, okay, he's probably dead. Let's try to resuscitate him. So they were using the resuscitation machine, and his soul comes out of the body, and seeing from the top, what is the doctor saying, what is the nurse saying? And after 5-10 minutes, when his soul goes back in the body, and after a few hours, when he is conscious, he says, this is what happened. And the doctors were wondering, what really? How do you know all this? How do you know all this? Because the soul came out of the body and he saw everything. So the soul is able to see without the eyes. You see that? Right? So that's the near-death experience. So Dr. Michael Sabom, he found this, and he asked other doctors, have they had that experience? And they said, yes, they also had that experience. And then we talked about past life memories. Many kids, when they're 2 years, 3 years old, they tell, oh, in the past life, I had this. He was my husband and he was doing this or that. I had my house there. There's so many examples. Even, Mahatma Gandhi. Do you guys know Mahatma Gandhi?
Yeah.
Mahatma Gandhi, there was one, during his time, there was one lady who became very famous, and it came to attention to Mahatma Gandhi that lady she was a 6 or 7 year old girl, and she was able to know exactly what happened when she died and who were her relatives and everything. She was able to, she took her parents and she said, okay, she get down from a horse ride. Oh, then she told where to go exactly. She's just a little girl. She's never gone to that city in Rajasthan. She took them and she said, oh, this is my house. And that one is my son. And that son was 21 years old. And that son is 21 years old. And like, how can you have a 20-year-old son? It's like, when I died, he was not 21 years old. And she was able to point exactly what everything was. Yes, Ayati, you have a question?
Yeah, I know the story. The reason why they knew that it was her because there was a family secret that she knew about.
Yes, there was a family secret that she knew about. So how can these people know all this? How these people can know about this? Because the soul has this memory from the past life. But does everybody have remembered when you were a baby that what happened to you? Does everybody remember?
No.
No. Why don't you remember? Have you guys thought?
You're young.
You're too young, but whatever happened in the past life, you should remember when somebody else remembers.
What was our past life? We don't have that type of memory. Krishna didn't give us that type of memory.
Yes, Krishna. It is on Krishna that whoever he gives the memory, it's from Krishna that we give the memory, remembrance, and forgetfulness. And if we were to remember everything, what will happen? Oh, in the last life, that guy killed me with a gun. In the 2 lives previously, I was hit by a bus driver. In the 3 lives ago, I did this bad thing. So our memory will be filled with bad things. We will not be able to live this life. Do we want to have all those memories? No, that is why Krishna takes away those memories. Only for few people, and only till a certain age, they have that memory and they forget. And the Bhagavad Gita, Hari is not there, right? The Bhagavad Gita says so many shlokas, and Sahas kept on saying last time, the scriptures say that is the soul. Yes, the scriptures say that there is a soul. We are not the body, but we are the soul, right? And just like we change clothes, the soul changes bodies when the body dies, right? And we go through these 6 transformations from being born to growth and like to having reproduction, to then dwindling, then and dying. So all those phases are there. There's 6 phases. Yes, Ayati. You have a question?
I know this is sort of off topic, but like, how do we know that like, oh yeah, Krishna said the Bhagavad Gita, and like there needs to be some type of proof that like where these scriptures came from and that they're real or not. We need to have proof about that. So how do we know it's true?
Okay, that's a very good question. Who wants to answer that question? Did everybody hear the question? Yes, Tishan, go ahead, answer.
The Bhagavatam says that, I'm not sure if it's in the Bhagavatam, but like in some scriptures it says that like, Dwarka sank, right? And near Dwarka, there's a bunch of sunken rocks and structures that look like houses. And you can't just say they're a random piece of rock. They resemble houses.
Very good point. Anybody want to add?
I know that, but I mean, like, how do we know that? Oh yeah, Krishna wrote the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna said the Bhagavad Gita, or Vyasadeva wrote Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah. So anybody else answer? Or Sahas, you want to answer that question?
What? Which?
So Ayati is questioning, how do we know that Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita? How do we trust it? How do we know that it is Krishna who spoke?
Not only that, but like, how do we know that all the scriptures, like who wrote all the scriptures, or all those scriptures are true?
Yeah. How do we know that the scriptures are true? Let's see. Do you have any reasoning, Sahas?
Because you have to have faith.
Yes, you have to have faith.
But not only faith,
what if they don't have faith? Then what else?
Then they can't believe.
Then they cannot believe, yes. But then there are other things also we can see, right? There's no human who can recite such beautiful poetry of Bhagavad Gita. There's nobody, no human who can clearly articulate these problems of life and what are the solutions to life. There's no human clearly who can define all these yoga, define karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, and lay it out. You can take the most intelligent person, they will not be able to write that with that clarity. There is no human, there's so many examples, right? In India, you will see so many Radha Krishna temples since years and thousands of years. So if they were wrong, if this was all made up, meaning all those temples are just, they're worshipping somebody like who's made up. Like everybody was a fool to make those temples. And everybody for thousands of years, they have been believing that Krishna said the Bhagavad Gita. So they have been fools for thousands of years. There have been so many examples, as Ishan said, that they found Dwarka. Then they have found so many places in Vrindavan. You have Radhakund, you have Shamkund, you have Nandagaon. You have all these places which are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. So they are all made up things. And then they found all those places in Vrindavan. Even if you look at Ramayana, you see that they built a pole, like the bridge between India and Sri Lanka, that you can see from the Google Maps, it's there. So it's all this is made up. Everybody was so, like one person, Ved Vyas, was so intelligent. Oh, he said, let me write some fictional story like, what is it? Harry Potter. Harry Potter, somebody has used fictional mind. I don't forget her name. Whoever the writer
J.K.
is.
Rowling.
Who is that? Rowling?
Yeah,
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
But her imagination is just this much, right? She's thinking somebody's doing magic. But let me write about Varadev, Vamandev, the Kalki Avatar, Parshuram, Ram, Lakshman. Let me write about Balaram. His imagination is so much, and it's matching in all the places of India. So wonderful mind, and he can influence everybody. Yes, Ayati?
But like, isn't it that like it's people's creativity, and they think that, and their stories is made out of their creativity. It doesn't mean that they have a small imagination.
So that creativity can be so high that the people will build all these temples. People will believe. J.K. Rowling's creativity is so high that you will become a Harry Potter.
No, because like she's saying that, okay, yeah, this is all fictional. It's none of this is real. It's just my creativity. She would be saying that.
Yeah, but
She might.
so Ved Vyas should have said this is
isn't
fictional. Ved Vyas did not say it is fictional, even though it is fictional. But you have so
because we're talking about like gods and stuff like that. But like
yeah,
but
so
just that like she is just her creativity that she wanted to share with the world.
okay, so when you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra or when you listen to a kirtan, do you feel something in your heart?
Yeah. Well, for Krishna.
And do you feel something in your heart with that same feeling when you listen to Bollywood or Hollywood songs or music?
No, I just think Bollywood and songs or like any type of song music, whatever. I just think it's like good music, but like
Yes,
I don't actually think it for like love for Krishna.
Right. So you can have kirtan for 24 hours and you still will not feel bored. But can you listen to the same song or you can sing the same musical Bollywood or Hollywood for 24 hours?
No, I need sleep.
Say 12 hours. You can do kirtan for 12 hours or somebody does kirtan for 12 hours. And the same person, if you ask them to sing the same Bollywood or Hollywood song, will they be able to do it?
No.
So there's something about that Hare Krishna mantra. There's something about the word Krishna, Hare, Ram. Yes.
Yeah.
So is that an ordinary mantra? Is that ordinary? Can you say,
No, it's
and
not.
you can you say Pepsi, 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 Pepsi for 12 hours?
What's Pepsi?
Like soda.
Oh, never mind.
So there is something beyond material thing, right? Do you feel in your heart?
Yeah.
You know, inside, deep inside, Krishna is there in your heart. Deep inside, when you even chanting or when you see devotees dancing or when you are in kirtan, you feel happy or no? Yes?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm having devotee association.
Yeah.
And-
Why do you feel that?
Because I'm surrounded by people who love Krishna because I love Krishna too.
Yes. So, as Saha said, the faith, you have to believe in scriptures because our vision is not perfect. I have glasses. I cannot see perfectly. But even Nayati, you don't have glasses. Can you see beyond the horizon? Can you see, if you're looking at ocean, can you see after the horizon? Can you see that?
What's the horizon?
Horizon meaning where you see the sky meeting the ocean. Can you see beyond that?
No, I can't.
Can you see, like you say, you're in a playing field and you're watching a football game. Sometimes you have to use like a telescope,
Yeah, telescope.
right? Right. So because your eyes are not perfect, you have to use a telescope.
Yeah.
But the hawk or the eagle flying in the air can spot something from a flying distance and then comes and eats it, right? So is your vision perfect? Are your eyes perfect?
No, but like a hawk or eagle, they're like different species from humans.
Yes, but they
So
are also not perfect. Only our hearing is not perfect. Like dogs can hear very low sound. They can hear earthquake before it comes. We don't hear that earthquake sound, but they can hear. Somebody has a better sense of touch. So every animal, every species has different level of hearing, vision, and all that other things. But our vision is not perfect. So we cannot see God with our own eyes. We cannot perceive that who made us, or like who are we. We cannot see the soul. And then we have to, what option do we have? We have to believe the scriptures. We have to have the faith. The people like who were very highly advanced and who heard from Krishna. Because who has the perfect senses? Krishna. Because Krishna senses, with his eyes he can eat. With one sense he can do everything.
how
With-
can you eat with your eyes?
Yes, that is what we cannot understand. When you offer bhoga to Krishna and you sing the prayers, is Krishna using his hands to eat? No.
He won't show us.
Yeah, he just looks at it with his eyes and he gets it. He eats it. And why doesn't it become less? Why doesn't it become less?
What
Because-
becomes-
Sorry?
what becomes less?
The food, why, when he eats, why does the food not become less?
Because I mean he can't show us that we ate and he ate it.
No, because he ate it and he's inexhaustible. Like whatever he does, right? Even if he ate something, it'll still remain like that. So he's saving it for us, right? From Krishna came Balaram, from Balaram came Sankarshan and all the Vishnu tattvas and everything. So did Krishna become less? No. So many expansions came from Krishna, right? Did he become less? No. Shlok, you want to add something?
Brody,
Shlok?
no, but when does the class end?
In 15 minutes, 11:30. Okay, so we have to have that faith based on all these things that, yes, Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, that Ved Vyas is not telling false. What will he gain by saying the false things? And we have imperfections, we cannot find out. So we have to believe them. And if you really read Bhagavad Gita, you will say no human person can write this stuff. Okay, so they all these things say that we are the soul. And then you will say, oh, right, that day Shlok said, oh, can I see the soul? Or Jasvita said, right? Can I see the soul? Then only I can believe in the soul. Right? Jasvita said that. And then, can you smell the rose, but do you see the scent? Shreya, do you see the scent? No. But does that mean that scent doesn't exist? You cannot see the scent in the rose. So does that mean the scent doesn't exist? No, right? The scent does exist. We get oil from the seeds. But when you look at the seeds, Ishan, is the oil there? Can you see the oil in the seeds? But when you crush it, the oil comes out, yes? Yes? So again, it's the same point that, okay, we cannot see the soul, but the soul exists. Can you see the fire in the wood, Adhav? But is the fire there in the wood? Right? Because when you light a matchstick, it fires. Fire comes out, right? It's inside. Mehak, do you see the ghee in the milk? When you drink milk, do you see the ghee in it?
No.
But the ghee comes out from the milk, do you know? The ghee comes out of the milk. Ayati, do you see the jaggery in the sugar cane? When you look at the sugar cane, do you see the jaggery, the gourd?
What's jaggery?
Good.
What's good?
The sugar, like the brown sugar.
Ah, no.
But that comes out from the sugar cane. So can you see it?
No, it's inside of it.
Exactly. So same way, if people say, oh, but show me where the soul exists, then I'll believe it. So then to tell them to show all this stuff, right? There is a process to see the soul. What is that process? Right? We said the gross body is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Our subtle body is made of mind, intelligence, false ego. But our spiritual body is spiritual, right? It's not matter, right? And so there we have a body which is made of the gross body, which is 5 elements: fire, water, air, ether, and mind, intelligence, and false ego are the subtle elements. And we have a spiritual body, the soul, right? So if we look at this, can somebody explain me this? What is it trying to tell us? Can somebody explain? What is it trying to tell us? This is from the Bhagavad Gita. Can somebody explain this? What is this picture showing us? Ishan, do you remember? What is this?
I mean, this is kind of like we are the soul, and we're like on a journey to. Right now, we're trying to go to Krishna. That's going to be our destination. But the chariot driver, the intelligence, I believe, is like taking us like anywhere. But we have to make sure like the mind, like it might take us off, but we have to keep focus and like.
Okay, you're partially correct. Sahas, do you know what is this slide showing?
Yeah.
What is this slide showing?
This is showing how like the soul is the one that's sitting in the passenger seat. The intelligence is driving, and then those are the senses. The horses are the senses.
Yes, very good, right? If you consider these horses are the senses, our nose, eye, skin, tongue, ears. Tongue is saying, I want to eat ice cream. And eyes are saying, I want to watch a Hollywood movie. And nose is saying, I want to smell the perfume. And the mind is saying, I want to go to the sports stadium. So you can be pulled in so many different directions. But the soul wants to go back to Krishna. But if you don't control the senses and the mind through the intelligence, right? The intelligence is the driver here, and the soul is the passenger. So intelligence is not able to control the mind, and the mind is not able to control the mind. The mind is the reins, right? And the mind is not able to control the horses. Then you can go in a different direction. So we are like that passenger. So it's better we know who we are. We are the soul. And just like that example of that parrot who is dying hungry, if we have to keep feeding the parrot, we are feeding the parrot using the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Devotee Association, and others. So, does the soul have a form? Do you know the answer? Does the soul have a form? Can anybody answer this question? Does the soul have a form? What do you guys think? Anybody? Sahas, do you think that soul has a form?
Yes.
No. Yeah. Soul has a form.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it has a form. It has a form, right? We are that's because that's the spiritual body. It has a form. The soul gives form to matter. Matter is formless, right? We answered this question. Is the soul in everybody the same? No, it is different. Even twins are different, right? The twins might look same from the bodily perspective, but the one person might like ice cream, the other person might like spicy stuff. Where does the soul reside? Where does the soul reside? Can somebody tell me?
Inside a body.
Yes. Inside the body, in the heart region. Is the soul destroyed at death? Is the soul destroyed at death? Other? When we die, does the soul also dies?
No.
No, yes. The soul is Satchidanand. Sat means eternal, it's eternal, full of knowledge. Chit is full of knowledge, and Anand means bliss. It cannot be destroyed. Right? We can kill a body using a gun, but the soul cannot be dead. Right? In Bhagavad Gita, the shlokas are there, right? It cannot be burnt. It cannot be cut by a sword. It cannot be done like that, right? It cannot be washed with, it cannot be drowned in water. Even if we are dead, the soul doesn't die. Is the soul the same as God? What do you guys think? Is the soul the same
No.
as God? Why no?
Because God is like, okay, I have no idea. Never mind.
Can anybody answer this question? Is the soul the same as God? Shlok, do you know the answer to this question? Is the soul the same as God?
No.
Why?
Because God controls the way. Because there are hundreds of souls. I mean, no, the soul has a spirit soul inside of it that.
So let me answer this question. We have the same qualities as God because we come from God. The soul comes from God, right? It is a part and parcel of God. So it is the same quality. It is the same qualities. Sorry, go ahead, Shlok.
You're a drop in. Krishna is the ocean.
Yes. Krishna is the ocean and we are just a drop. We are teeny tiny. We are Anu and he's Vibhu. He's huge. And we are just like the teeny drop of ocean. If he's the ocean, we are just that tiny drop. We have the same qualities as Krishna. Like qualitative wise, we have the same qualities like Krishna. Like we also want to enjoy, Krishna also wants to enjoy. So we have the same qualities, but we are very tiny. We cannot compete with Krishna. He's huge. So these were the frequently asked questions. Okay, the last question, I think. Does the soul change with the changing body? Does the soul change? When we are changing bodies, right? When I die, when my soul moves on to another body, does the soul change?
No.
No, it doesn't change. It's the same soul. It can have memories and imprints from the karmas, what I did the last life. Only the body changes, the soul is changeless. What is the size of the soul? This is very easy question. What is the size of the soul? Yes, Adha.
It's 1,000 and 10,000 pieces cut on a heel tip.
Yes, it is the 1/10,000th part of the tip of a hair. It is so small, but yet it is so powerful. It is controlling our whole body. Right? Even the soul in this person, in this elephant, in the ant or in the whale is the same size. Is the same size. So we discussed we are not the body but the soul, right? We discussed what is the proof? Common sense. We discussed, right? Who passed away? We discussed that. Introspection. If we are sleeping, we know that we had a good night's sleep or a bad night's sleep. Cause and effect, right? Who's driving the body? The dead body cannot move. But when we are alive, somebody is moving the body. Who is that? The soul. Science. We discussed the near-death experiences, right? Like somebody who was in a hospital. They almost died, and their soul came out of the body and was able to prove that whatever happened, then past life memories and the scriptures. Most importantly, the scriptures. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, they all talk about it. Seeing the soul, there is a process. If you really chant, if you really become a great devotee, you will be able to experience that. And what kind of bodies we have? Gross, which is made up of fire, water, air, ether, earth. Those 5 elements. Subtle is the mind, false intelligence, false ego, and the spiritual body, which is the soul. And then we discussed the 7 qualities of the soul, the different questions, right? So why am I talking about soul to you young guys? So that we understand we have to feed our soul, right? We keep eating for our body, but we need to take care of our body so that we can do good bhajan, but we also have to feed the soul, which is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, devotee association. So we need to do that. That's why we are doing it. So any questions? I'll stop here. I know it's a philosophy, but next week we will start with the story of Parshuram, and then we will go to Ramchandra. Yes, Ayati.
What next week? What's going to be the next story that we're going to read about?
We will do about Parshuram, because we did last time we did Vamandev. Now we will go to Parshuram, and then we'll
Yay! Okay. Is
Okay.
there a
Any
reason
other?
why he's always so mad? I always just wonder, because I know he gets mad.
Yes, we will talk about that. Any other questions? Did it make sense to you guys? Are you guys convinced? And if I were to
Yes.
ask you for a debate, now you guys know the reasoning, right?
Yes.
Yes,
And
Ishan.
what is the next debate?
The next debate, we will talk in the next class. The next debate, I want to say what topic you would like to choose, or I have one in mind is like, is
Pizza or
vegetarianism
burgers?
good? Huh?
Pizza or burgers?
No, is vegetarianism good or bad? Should we be
Oh.
vegetarian and non-vegetarian? That is the topic I am thinking, but
Okay,
you
yeah,
guys
that's
can.
good. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Put
Any
me
other
on
questions?
Put me
Sorry?
on the non-vegetarian side. I have a lot more reasonings than that.
Okay. So any other questions? Ishan, did it make sense? Do you now understand if we were to be in a debate? You know the reasons? Now, Shlok, did it make sense?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so we will end here and we will meet next week. So we'll say our prayers. Vansha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. We will see you next week. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, uncle. Bye-bye. Happy birthday, Mahak.